Hello antique friends, and welcome to my channel for another antique related video. This is Deanna from Vintage Touch Antiques. Today I'm launching a new playlist feature to my YouTube channel that I'm entitling What Has Been Selling. In this video, I will show you for the previous month what has sold among the featured pieces that I have put here on my iAntique online website. This website that I have is part of the iAntiqueonline.com social network community, and so this is where you will find my sold albums. And so, without any further ado, let's just get into this and let me point out what has been selling. Okay, now what I have up here in the beginning is a new addition to my webpage that I did start at the beginning of this year, and it is 2 sold albums that I have on the first page. Again, if you're using a mobile device, you will probably need to click on the desktop view. But in these albums, I will have the current month and the previous month. So in this case, it is March 2016, the previous month, and the current month, which is April 2016. And I will move pieces that I have, again, featured here on my webpage, to my sold album as they sell. I don't want to leave up more than a couple of months because I don't want to clutter up the page with sold merchandise. But I think that this is going to be helpful maybe to those of you who buy and sell to see what is selling and what price I sold it for. And remember, prices do vary, and you may sell things for far more or less than I do, but different regions command different prices. And also, I do try to sell things many times based upon what I buy them for, and so you may get that bargain just because I got a bargain. So I want to also add that part. I did a video not long ago where I did show these albums featured, and that will be part of this playlist, just to give you an idea how all of this works if you want to go to my webpage and check this out for yourself. I've got some notes here that I'm referring to, so please bear with me. I don't want to forget to tell you anything. In this video, I will give you a brief description of the pieces that have sold as I take you through them and the price they sell for. You may be one of my lucky buyers. I hope so. And if so, I would just love to have you comment below in the comment section of this video to tell me what it is that you were able to buy, maybe, or where you found me and how you found me and so forth. Anything that you might want to add to this would be very helpful. I would just love to hear from you. I know that myself, I love to see what other people sell. So based upon that, I'm hoping that you would like to see what I sell as well. I do a lot of videos on new arrivals, going to my antique booth, and I do antique haul videos and a lot of other antique related videos, but I have not done ones that show what I sell. So I think this would be a nice addition. So without any further ado, let's just dive right in here. And I'm going to pull up the March 2016 sold album. Okay, and then we'll go through this one by one. The first piece here is a monkey head. It's got a monkey head, toy hand puppet, and we did make a little stand to put that piece on so that if you wanted to display him, that would work really well. He had like either a hard plastic head or what they call biscuitine head, which is a very early plastic, and he sold for $15. The next piece was an antique wood and leather razor strop. This is something that was used to sharpen the straight razors. That piece sold for $12. The next item is a 16-inch mohair straw stuffed jointed teddy bear. This piece is an early 1900s teddy bear jointed with glass eyes in really good condition. Did have some pads on him like here that were replaced, and here he had you could see some of the wear on his pads. You could see the straw stuffing. He sold for $129. This piece is a Victorian style cast iron store counter bill spike. Now these are very popular. I sell quite a few of them online as well as in my shop. This one sold for $8. I sold this early barn red painted footstool. I sell a lot of footstools, and this one had the long side skirts in great old paint, good condition, great country primitive piece, $25. This was an early half doll pin cushion, and she had, I could not see the country of origin because it was probably under the skirt, but I believe it was probably Japan, could have been Germany. Her skirt was well worn and aged there, as you can see, because it was a silky fabric, really added to her antique charm. She sold for $19. I sell a lot of flower frogs. These were needlepoints flower frogs in different sizes. The little tiny one here went for $2, and they sold from $2 to $5. And I still have some other ones, not these. These are all sold. This piece I featured, well, I had in one of my new arrivals videos, I believe. This is an old weathered window frame that had the panels there, and great piece to repurpose and do a lot of things with for display. That's sold for $15. This was an online sale. These are early little hard rubber Holstein cows. It did have a calf that goes with it. It's not pictured here. That grouping sold for $10. I sold an early tin pedestal base colander. Old tinware sells really well for me. This piece sold for $9. This was a great old piece. This was also featured in one of my garden new arrivals video. This was the primitive wood mallard duck decoy. Great patina, glass eyes. Just loved him. He was like 12 inches long, sold for $49. Here's a nice old vintage straw stuffed bunny rabbit. He had glass eyes as well. Probably went into someone's Easter collectibles, and he sold for $10. And this is an early antique Smith & Ford Gray transferware casserole. It had beautiful embossed edges, a lot of sculpture detail there that just made it elegant. And this piece sold for $19. This was a lovely Victorian or Edwardian topper blouse. It had an ecru netting and lace trim, sold for $28. Now these are two small tin plates, and they may not look like much to some people, but if you're a primitive lover, the early tin plates are really difficult to find. And these plates were just the small size 6-inch diameter plates, and they did sell for $6 each. Here's an old wire strainer basket with great potential for doing many things. You could just put so many different things in there in display. Great piece to use at Easter time with your primitives. Sold for $10. Okay, moving to the next page of sales. There was 2 pages of sale items, and for some reason we're going pretty slow here on my computer. Okay, second page with a few items here left. This is early pottery. Ocarina is what they're called, or some people call them sweet potato flutes. This one, I believe, was from Austria. It has a symbol here that's often associated with that, and this piece sold for $18. Here was a great 19th century pine keepsake box. It had such wonderful molding there, carved exterior, hinged lid. It was like 11.5 inches long, sold for $35. Victorian mesh German silver purse that had a little mirror inside. It was marked German silver, and that sold for $59. Here was a wonderful old early Rumford baking powder advertising box with the great graphics there in black. That was on all four sides, that name, and that piece sold for $35. Another piece that I believe was in one of my new arrivals videos was this well-weathered Ironstone Stein. Great primitive look to it. Had the name Albert Pick and Company, and it sold for $10. And a great little miniature plank bottom rocking chair. This piece very possibly was a salesman's sample. It had great detail, great charm to it. If not a salesman's sample, it was a great little mini, but I think it probably was because of the scale that it showed. It was just so exact. And so that piece sold for $29. Old wood bowls are absolutely essential for primitive decorating, and this one, 11 inches, sold for $29. A great pewter flower vase. This one was marked L.H. Vaughan, Taunton, Massachusetts. Great sculptural detail there, sold for $19. And the last item, this was an online sale. Great little advertising piece, great with your laundry display. Niagara Laundry starch, sold for $10. So that concludes what's sold in my shop or online that was featured here on this page. This does, of course, does not include all of my sold merchandise, because for a month that would take way too long, but just the featured pieces here I'll be showing you. And we'll return back to the front page here where you can see the other albums that I have on here. If you would like to check these things out for yourself, you can always do that by going to this webpage. The link will be in the description of this video. And so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up and share. And also, I would love for you to comment. Like I said, if you were one of my lucky buyers, I'd love to hear from you. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I would love to have you, and I'd love to build up my subscription count and get my videos out there for other people that may find these interesting. So have a wonderful day. Enjoy your antiques. And remember, when you own an antique, you own a piece of history.